Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Wang Yibo's wedding gift to Zhan leaves fans worldwide in absolute shock, the unbelievable gesture that no one saw coming. In what is now being described as the most breathtaking wedding moment of the decade, global fans of Wang Yibo and Zhan are still reeling from the unimaginable surprise that unfolded at their much-anticipated wedding. The event, already hailed as the union of two of the most influential and beloved stars in the Asian entertainment industry, has now been elevated into an unforgettable fairytale after Wang Yibo revealed the extraordinary gift he prepared for his new husband, Zhan. The wedding itself was a spectacle of elegance, grandeur, and love that shook not only China but the world. Every detail, from the handcrafted floral arrangements imported from the Netherlands to the specially designed runway-style aisle adorned with thousands of roses, screamed perfection. But nothing, and truly nothing, could have prepared fans, friends, and even Zhan himself for the jaw-dropping moment when Wang Yibo unveiled his wedding gift. The atmosphere was already electric as the vows were exchanged, with both stars holding hands, their voices trembling yet steady with raw emotion. Guests described the moment as one where time seemed to stop, as the two men stared into each other's eyes, promising forever. Zhan's gentle, heartfelt words drew tears from nearly every attendee, while Yibo's deep, sincere vows left his husband visibly moved. Many believed that this would be the highlight of the night, but Yibo had something even more extraordinary up his sleeve. Just when everyone thought the ceremony was drawing to a close, Wang Yibo stood up once more, holding Zhan's hand tightly. The room fell silent as Yibo signaled for the lights to dim. The giant LED screens surrounding the reception hall flickered to life, revealing a cinematic-style video that began with unseen, never-before-released clips of the couple throughout the years, moments captured in secret, their laughter behind the scenes, their quiet moments together, and even shaky clips of their late-night walks far from the spotlight. Gasps filled the room as fans watching through live streams realized this wasn't just an ordinary wedding montage, it was a carefully curated, decade-long journey of their love story, filmed and protected by Yibo himself. Zhan, visibly overwhelmed, covered his mouth as tears streamed down his face, realizing Yibo had been saving all these moments in secret. The gift, however, wasn't just the emotional video. As the film came to a close, words appeared on the screen. "My gift to you, Zhan, is not just memories, it's our forever." And then it happened, the most shocking reveal yet. With a dramatic flourish, the doors at the back of the venue swung open to reveal an orchestra of nearly 100 musicians flown in from Vienna, ready to play Zhan's favorite symphony live. As the first notes filled the room, Yibo led Zhan to the center of the hall for their first dance as husbands. But even this wasn't the end of the surprise. At the height of the music, Yibo revealed that he had secretly purchased and restored an entire century-old theater in Chongqing, Zhan's hometown, and dedicated it as a cultural space under Zhan's name. The theater, now renamed the Zhan Art House, would serve as a hub for music, art, and performance for generations to come. It was his way of saying, "I am not just giving you a gift for today, I am giving you a legacy forever." The audience erupted into applause, sobs, and cheers. Fans online crashed multiple platforms as hashtags like #YiboZhanWeddingGift and #ForeverZhanyi skyrocketed to the top of global trends within minutes. Millions wrote that they had never witnessed such a pure, powerful, and once-in-a-lifetime love story in real life. For Zhan, who stood frozen in tears as Yibo whispered softly into his ear while holding him tightly, this was more than a gift. It was proof of an unshakable devotion, the kind of love that stretches beyond fame, beyond careers, beyond time itself. What fans thought would just be a glamorous wedding had now become a symbol of eternal commitment etched forever in both history and their hearts. And as the night went on, one thing became clear to everyone present. Wang Yibo had not just given a gift to Zhan, he had given him the world. The night had already been stamped as history-making, but the shockwaves from Wang Yibo's unimaginable wedding gift to Zhan had only just begun to ripple. What followed after the reveal transformed their wedding from a private union into a global cultural moment. The orchestra's symphony lingered in the air, wrapping the couple in an atmosphere so magical that many attendees swore they had goosebumps running down their arms. Zhan, still struggling to process the magnitude of Yibo's gesture, leaned into his husband's chest as they swayed to the music. It wasn't just a dance, it was a living portrait of love, a moment where the entire world seemed to vanish, leaving only the two of them, bound together forever. But then came the second wave of surprises. As the applause died down and the guests prepared themselves for the reception banquet, a voice echoed through the speakers. It wasn't just any voice, it was Xiao Zhan's late grandmother, whose words Yibo had carefully recorded years before, preserved with the family's permission. Zhan, my wish is to see you loved truly, deeply, and unconditionally. Her trembling yet warm voice resonated through the hall. Gasps filled the room as Xiao Zhan clutched Yibo's hand in disbelief. The crowd dissolved into tears, knowing that this was Yibo's way of giving Xiao Zhan a piece of his past to carry into his future. What made the moment even more poignant was Yibo's response. Standing before everyone, he whispered, "You gave me the courage to love, Zhan Ge. And today, I want to give you more than just my name. I want to give you the world that loves you as much as I do." His words ignited a flood of emotion across social media. Within minutes, Weibo, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok were overwhelmed by trending hashtags. #Yibo Gift of Forever. #Xiaozhan Art House. #Zhanyi Wedding 2025. #Love Story of the Century. Fans described their emotions as indescribable. One wrote, "This is no longer just a wedding, it's proof that real love exists in a world where we thought it only belonged in dramas." Another posted, "Wang Yibo just redefined what it means to be a husband. Men, take notes." And yet, Yibo's surprises still weren't finished. As the reception dinner began, celebrity guests from across Asia and beyond took turns toasting the newlyweds. Popular idols, veteran actors, and close friends shared never-before-heard stories about the couple's journey. Some revealed how Yibo had planned the wedding gift in complete secrecy for nearly 2 years. Others confessed that Xiao Zhan's reaction was exactly why Yibo went to such extreme lengths, because, to him, no gesture could ever be too big to show Xiao Zhan what he meant. Then, in a jaw-dropping twist, global pop star Wang appeared on stage, followed by Lei Zhong, and together they performed a special medley dedicated to the couple. Fans online exploded, calling it the ultimate crossover, as the stage became a mix of music, dance, and heartfelt dedication. But the most moving part came when Xiao Zhan himself joined Yibo in a spontaneous duet, an unrehearsed performance that left even their celebrity guests stunned. Their voices, blending seamlessly, carried raw emotion that could not be faked. And just when the evening felt like it had reached its peak, Yibo had arranged one final moment that turned the wedding into a once-in-a-lifetime event, a midnight fireworks show over the city skyline. But these weren't ordinary fireworks. As they lit up the sky, glowing words appeared, "Forever Zhanyi." The crowd erupted into cheers and sobs, while Xiao Zhan buried his face into Yibo's shoulder, visibly overcome with emotion. International news outlets were quick to pick up the story. CNN called it the most lavish yet heartfelt celebrity wedding gift of all time. Vogue dubbed the wedding a masterclass in timeless romance. Even Hollywood stars took to social media to congratulate the couple, with one American actress writing, "This isn't just love, it's history." But perhaps the most touching reactions came from fans, many of whom admitted that watching the wedding unfold gave them renewed hope in love itself. Across fan forums, countless people wrote things like, "If love like this exists, maybe we can believe again." Others shared stories of how Yibo and Xiao Zhan's bond had helped them through their own struggles. What started as a wedding became more than an event, it became a global reminder that true love can exist, even in the harsh, glittering world of fame. And at the center of it all was Wang Yibo's extraordinary gift, not just of a theater, not just of memories, but of devotion so powerful that it left millions in awe. By the time the night ended, there was no doubt left in anyone's mind. This wasn't just another celebrity marriage, it was the love story of a generation. The morning after the grand wedding, while the city was still buzzing with fireworks memories and the internet remained flooded with clips of Yibo's jaw-dropping gift, another wave of excitement swept across fans worldwide. For many, sleep was impossible. People kept refreshing their feeds, desperate for more glimpses of what had quickly become the most talked-about wedding in the world. Dispatch reporters, who had been present to capture exclusive footage, released never-before-seen clips of the couple's quiet moments during the reception. One video in particular broke the internet. It showed Xiao Zhan leaning his head on Yibo's shoulder while whispering, "You didn't have to do all this for me." Yibo's reply, soft but captured by a nearby mic, was simply, "You're worth everything." That single line sent fans into a frenzy. Comments flooded in from every corner of the globe. "I'm crying all over again. Who talks like this in real life? Wang Yibo is not just a husband, he's the standard. Protect this couple at all costs." The wedding wasn't just a union of two people, it was becoming a cultural phenomenon. Major outlets like BBC, The New York Times, and even Time magazine quickly picked up the story, with one headline reading, "The Love That Stopped the World, How Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan Rewrote the Meaning of Marriage." But it was what happened after the wedding that shocked everyone even more. Instead of retreating into privacy like most celebrity couples, Yibo and Xiao Zhan made a bold choice. They stepped out into the public the very next day, hand in hand. Cameras flashed wildly as they left their hotel, dressed casually in matching white shirts and denim jeans. There was no entourage, no attempt to hide, just two men, in love, smiling as if the world's noise no longer mattered. Fans screamed their names, and instead of walking away quickly, Yibo paused, pulled Xiao Zhan closer, and waved to the crowd. One lucky fan managed to capture Xiao Zhan saying with a laugh, "Guess there's no hiding now." That clip alone hit 30 million views in under 2 hours. And yet, the biggest surprise came when eagle-eyed fans noticed something sparkling on Xiao Zhan's wrist. It wasn't just any bracelet, it was a custom-made piece designed by Yibo himself, engraved with the words, "Zhonyi, forever us." Social media erupted once again. Suddenly, luxury jewelers around the world were racing to release lookalike collections, desperate to ride the wave of the Zhonyi effect. The honeymoon chapter also began to unfold in real time. Dispatch photographers trailed the couple, believing they were boarding a private jet to Paris. But instead, they shocked everyone by heading to Chengdu, Xiao Zhan's hometown. Their reason? To spend quiet time with Xiao Zhan's parents, sharing a traditional post-wedding tea ceremony that blended modern stardom with timeless Chinese culture. Pictures of Xiao Zhan's mother beaming while serving tea to Yibo spread online, and fans described it as the real happily ever after. Meanwhile, international fans organized online celebrations. Twitter spaces were filled with fans sobbing and laughing together, recreating moments from the wedding. Hashtags like #JohnnyHoneymoon and #ForeverUs trended for days. Some fans even held viewing parties, projecting the wedding livestream on big screens in their local communities as if it were a global sporting event. Even brands rushed to join the frenzy. High-end fashion houses teased collaborations inspired by the couple's wedding looks, while travel companies hinted at special honeymoon packages named after them. The global economy had literally been stirred by a love story. Through it all, Yibo remained quietly consistent, always holding Xiao Zhan's hand, always protecting him in the chaos, and always reminding the world that this wasn't about celebrity, it was about love. And every time he looked at Xiao Zhan, the cameras caught it. That gaze became the most shared photo on the internet, dubbed by fans as the look that shook the world. It was no longer just a wedding. It had become a movement, a story of devotion that people clung to in a world often starved of hope. And as the days passed, one thing became crystal clear: Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan weren't just newlyweds, they were rewriting history as the most iconic couple of their generation. As the dust began to settle from the initial shockwaves of Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan's breathtaking wedding, fans thought they had seen it all. The vows, the emotional tears, the unprecedented wedding gift, and the endless stream of viral clips already made it the most unforgettable celebrity event of the decade. But just when the world thought the fairytale couldn't possibly get any sweeter, new layers of the story began unfolding, making it clear that this was only the beginning. International press kept digging, hungry for exclusive scoops. And then it happened. An insider close to the wedding revealed that Yibo's grand gesture wasn't just about material luxury. The jaw-dropping gift he presented to Xiao Zhan during the reception actually carried a deeply personal backstory that left fans reeling. The gift, already hailed as the wedding surprise of the century, turned out to be more than a symbolic gesture of wealth and love. It was a promise rooted in their journey together. Sources confirmed that Yibo had spent months in secret, working with top designers and even consulting Xiao Zhan's closest friends to create a gift that reflected not only Xiao Zhan's dreams but also their shared history. Every detail, from the engraved words to the hidden symbols stitched inside, carried meaning that only the two of them would fully understand. And then came the bombshell: Yibo had actually written a personal letter to Xiao Zhan, which was placed inside the gift box. Though the letter hasn't been fully released to the public, one line was leaked through someone present at the wedding. For the world, this may be a gift. For me, it is my vow that no matter where life takes us, you will never walk alone again. Fans described the leaked words as soul-crushingly beautiful, with thousands admitting they cried just imagining Xiao Zhan reading it. The hashtag #YouWillNeverWalkAlone immediately shot to the top of global trends, dominating Twitter, Weibo, TikTok, and Instagram simultaneously. But Yibo wasn't the only one full of surprises. Xiao Zhan, who had kept relatively quiet throughout the wedding, delivered his own gift later that night, and it sent the entire crowd into another wave of emotions. Instead of something flashy, Xiao Zhan presented Yibo with a handwritten journal titled Our Journey, a collection of notes, sketches, and photos he had been secretly keeping since the day they first met. The journal contained personal reflections, including the very first time Xiao Zhan admitted to himself that he had fallen for Yibo. Guests said Yibo was visibly shaken when he opened it, wiping away tears and holding Xiao Zhan tightly in front of everyone. A short clip of this moment made its way online, and fans couldn't stop replaying Xiao Zhan whispering, "It was always you." Celebrities also joined the frenzy. Global stars, from K-pop idols to Hollywood actors, commented on the wedding, with some even calling it the greatest love story of our time. One well-known Western singer tweeted, "Forget movies and dramas, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan are living the ultimate romance. I'm obsessed." That single tweet racked up millions of likes, proving how far their influence stretched beyond Asia. Meanwhile, luxury brands and designers raced to capitalize on the viral wedding. Jewelers began launching new Forever Us collections inspired by Yibo's bracelet to Xiao Zhan. Fashion houses posted congratulatory messages, teasing new lines influenced by the couple's wedding outfits. Even travel companies began advertising special Zhonyi honeymoon packages to destinations rumored to be on the couple's itinerary. But beyond the glitz, what truly moved people worldwide was the authenticity of their bond. Unlike staged celebrity spectacles, Yibo and Xiao Zhan's wedding wasn't about flaunting fame or money, it was about making history through love. Their simple interactions, Yibo adjusting Xiao Zhan's coat, Xiao Zhan laughing shyly when Yibo kissed his forehead, were what fans clung to the most. On fan forums, people began sharing personal stories of how watching the couple gave them hope. One post that went viral read, "I was about to give up on love. But after watching Yibo and Xiao Zhan, I realized true love still exists." Tens of thousands of fans echoed the same sentiment. The media called it the global love wave, saying that no celebrity event had ever united people across languages and cultures quite like this. From Asia to Europe, Africa to the Americas, fans were crying, laughing, and celebrating together as though they had all been invited to the wedding themselves. And as if all of this wasn't enough, word quickly spread that the couple's honeymoon plans would be nothing short of extraordinary. Rumors swirled that Yibo had secretly booked a private island escape, while others insisted they were heading to Paris for a romantic getaway. Dispatch photographers tried to follow, but the couple remained elusive, leaving fans around the world refreshing their feeds every second for any hint of where the newlyweds might be. The truth was clear: Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan weren't just newlyweds. They had become a living fairy tale, and the world was hanging on to every chapter as it unfolded.